is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Constructing the Beast. I am your host, Darius Riddick, aka Riddick the Lion, aka Mr. Handsome, aka the Prince of Principalities, aka the President of the Beautiful Smile Club. If you are listening in and this is your first time, I want to say welcome to our magic. Welcome to our project. If this is your second, third, or fourth time listening in, welcome back and thank you for your support. For those of you that are unfamiliar with what Constructing the Beast is about, let me fill you in. It is no longer just a podcast. It is a movement dedicated to mental health, life development, personal growth, personal development, professional development, and every single tip, trick, and aspect of life to get you to dominate and have ultimate control of every single aspect of your life and fuel, feed, develop, and construct your beast. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, the one thing that I truly ask from you is if you find value in this movement, that you share it with one person you care about or somebody that you think should do some changing and tell them exactly what aspect of it that you enjoyed and how you feel that it would benefit them. Because ultimately here, ladies and gentlemen, what do we say every time, every installment? That the goal here is to create a dominant, ass-kicking society. Not just for our generation, but every single generation to follow. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about something that I find near and dear to my heart, a principle that I've attained to and something that I've really coined for myself throughout the years. Now, initially, I really thought that it only applied to bodybuilding, but you can apply this to anything you do in life, every single echelon, every single aspect, and that is the CIV principle. Now, the CIV principle stands for consistency, intensity, and variation. Now, for myself personally, I found the most success applying this principle to bodybuilding, to fitness, to being an overall athlete, to my health, my mental health, and my physical health. However, today I'm going to break it down for you real slow and smooth like, but I'm going to be coming at you hardcore, just so we all have an understanding of what this principle is about. And when this movement, today's episode is over, you can take that principle and apply it to your life directly. When it comes to constructing your beast, whatever that may be, whether it comes to bodybuilding or it comes to powerlifting, or whether you just want to be a great motivational speaker, or you want to actually build a structure, or you want to start your own business, or you want to have a very great relationship, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, this first character of the CIV principle is absolutely key to not only achieving that goal, but being effective, efficient, and lethal when it comes to that aspect. And this character is consistency. Now, a lot of the times, people get the definition of consistency and insanity mixed up. For those of you that don't know, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. However, consistency basically has the same principle for its definition, but it's doing the same thing over and over again. But when you do those things over and over again, you take exactly what you learned, those lessons, because there's no such thing as mistakes. Learn from them and apply them to the next time you do it over, and then you do it over and again and again and again. And eventually you get so accustomed to that thing that you're practicing that it makes you an expert at it. It makes you very good at what you do and what you practice. Now, remember, most of the examples that I'm going to present to you all are going to be in the realm of fitness, bodybuilding, athleticism, and becoming a physical beast, due to the fact that that is where I get the most questions and most people come to me in that realm with a lot of things that they encounter. However, you can apply this to any single thing that you want to do in life, regardless of what echelon it falls into. So when it comes to the physical aspect, how you actually want to look, if you want to be stronger, if you want to have captivating calves, if you want to have a 6-pack, an 8-pack, if you want to have a nice juicy booty, whatever it may be, when it comes to the aspect of fitness, it takes time and it takes grit. Now, for some of us, it may take a lot longer than others, but one huge thing that I want to slash out right now is the biggest concept of genetics. A lot of people think that if you do not have the genetics, then you will never get to where you want to be or how you want to look. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is ridiculous. Think about it like this. You are not the first person to ever want to change something about themselves that didn't have the genetics to do it. That is simply an excuse for those that don't want to put in the extra work. Because even those with genetics, you still have to put in a hell of a lot of work. Others just may require a lot more time, and that's okay. Not everyone is built for certain things. Some people are bred into certain adaptations, and it makes them really effective. But those who can get past that, get past those fears that they have, or get past that idea of not having the quote unquote proper genetics, it makes them that more lethal in whatever area that they're dealing in. So if you want to be a bodybuilder, if you want to be sexy as hell when you take off your clothes and look in the mirror, guess what? It's going to take a whole lot of gym sessions, maybe twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. For some of us, it'll take day after day, after week, after week, after month, constantly going into the gym, skipping those times out with your friends, skipping that alcohol, completely changing your diet, going all in the gym. Because if you just expect 1 week or 2 weeks or 4 weeks to see mass changes or to be where you want to be, let me tell you that day will never come with that kind of attitude. It may take you a year, 2 years, or 3 years in order to get to where you want to be physically. Trust me, I know. You're talking to someone who for 19 years was about 100 pounds soaking wet. I got picked on. I got thrown in the lockers. No one wanted to be my friend. People looked the other way. So trust me, I know what the feeling is like. You just want that moment to change, but you have to put in your time. You have to put in your days. Midnight, champion hours. Go get in the gym, do what you need to, and constantly put in those hours. Not just on those days where you kind of feel motivated, but on those days where you feel at your lowest. Because that is what's going to make or break your success. That's really what's going to define your character. And, you know, I get problems sent to me and messages sent to me all the time where people are like, hey, sorry for wasting your time, or I'm sorry that I couldn't provide this, or man, I'm really feeling demotivated, so I'm just going to take time to figure myself out and maybe pick back up again later. Ladies and gentlemen, understand this. Every time that you chase perfection, or you chase a goal, or you chase greatness, and you encounter an issue in your life, whether that be mental, physical, or emotional, and you decide to give up, or you decide to take a break for 4 weeks and then try to get back into it, understand that you will never reach your goal. Because you want to know what separates the 1% when it comes to anything from everyone else? It's their ability and their character trait of resiliency. No matter what it is, whether it's a breakup or financial issues or mental health issues, or if you have like a serious injury, if you continue at that goal, no matter what, that is what's going to get you to where you want to be. Because you may have 4 weeks where nothing happens, and then you start chasing your goals again, and then it's 2 weeks and something else happens, and then you get the clear run for about 6 months, and then something else happens. That's how the spectrum is going to go. Life is on a continuous wavelength. It's not going to be uphill every time you want it to be. So things are going to happen. Life happens. It is going to have its ups and downs, a lot more downs than ups. But when you're at those downs, when you're at the very trough of that wavelength, if you continue to chase your dreams, the things you want to achieve, there's not a damn thing that stops you from getting to where you want to be. Because if you can operate and chase your dreams 100% at your very worst, can you imagine what you can achieve and what you can do at your very best? So if you want to be a bodybuilder, if you want to be a hardcore athlete, if you want to be one of the greatest, it's going to take those countless days, those countless hours practicing in the gym over and over and over again, even when you're at your worst. Even if you want to be one of the best motivational speakers, if you want to be a professor, you want to be dynamic whenever you walk in a room, it's going to take practicing in those small venues and constantly working your way up. Whenever you have to volunteer for something, or whenever somebody wants someone to stand up in front of the room and say something, whenever you get those opportunities to speak or anything, whatever it is, if it's going to further you as a person, take those opportunities, because that constant putting yourself on the spot and challenging yourself is what's going to make you better and get you closer to achieving your goals. So the second aspect of the SIV principle was pretty straightforward, and that's intensity. So again, we can apply this to any sort of aspect that we're chasing after. Whenever you are doing anything whatsoever, in order to be successful, you have to stand out amongst your peers. And I know a lot of you can think about it right now. If you actually think about the people that you admire, or the people that's most memorable in your life from something that you've encountered, it wasn't the Ben Stein, the wah, 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 those boring ass people who really don't have anything to bring to the table, that are just normal, those people that are forgettable. You need to be that person that comes with fire, with personality, with that dynamic, explosive attitude in anything you do, in effort, in hard work, and in attitude, because those are the people that are memorable. Those are the people that stand out, and those are the people that ultimately have the most success in whatever they're chasing. Even when it comes to presenting something, when it comes to presenting yourself, within the first 20 seconds of meeting somebody new, people already have their opinion about you. And if you're presenting something, if you're trying to sell something, whether you're a business person or, you want somebody to engage or invest into your business, if you come like, hi, my name is so-and-so and I am doing, people don't remember that stuff. Within the first couple seconds, you're already forgotten. No one wants boring. No one wants simple. Those are not the people that are remembered. The people that are remembered are those that are dynamic, that are intense, that put all their effort into something 100% and come with it all. And again, the major aspect that I apply this to is health when it comes to whatever goal physical that you want to achieve. Understand this. The body is one of the most amazing machines in the world. And I know you guys hear me say it a lot, but any stimuli that you introduce to it, it is going to adapt and overcome and come back even stronger. The body cannot and will not adapt to a normal, slow-paced stimuli. So what I mean by that is this. If you are not overloading those primary and ancillary muscles, they're not going to have any stimuli to adapt to. And they're going to be on this constant spectrum, and you're going to hit what's known as the plateau. And I mean this in the case of everything when it comes to cardiovascular, muscular, flexibility, stability, joint endurance, a little bit of everything. When you see professional bodybuilders or professional athletes and you see their faces are all scrunched up and their veins are popping out from every which way and they're grunting and it looks like they're trying to show off, but really it's that they understand the aspect of intensity. So every single session, whether that's a run or a lift or you're at a competition, every single freaking session, you should feel like you're about to pass out. You should be expending those muscles and expending your VO2 system to the point where you feel like you can't go anymore. Because I guarantee Every time in your sessions, if you do that, the next session you come back, you can go even longer. I guarantee it. You can quote me on this right now. The next session you have, time yourself. Look at your reps, however you want to do it. Go to your absolute point of failure. The next time you do the same regimen, I guarantee you will be able to do more. And that is because of the principle of intensity. Giving your body, your mentality, that stimuli overload, it adapting and coming back even stronger for more the next time. Now, the final character of the CIV principle is variation, and this has equal importance to its other two brothers. Now, this principle, ladies and gentlemen, we can drive home all together with the previous two that we talked about, consistency and intensity. Say if you're constantly doing something over and over again, you're learning from what you're doing and you're making it better. You're doing that same consistent attitude with 100% intensity. So every time you come back and do it over and over again, you're putting your all into it until you're absolute failure. Where variation comes into the chemistry is because of what we just spoke of. The body, the mindset, when it's constantly supplied with the same stimuli, it is able to adapt and overcome. However, too much on the same level comes into two different aspects: complacency and muscle memory. Used properly, they are good. The problem is a lot of people have not had the amount of experience needed to understand how to apply both of those principles in the most efficient manner. So in this case, we apply the character of variation in order to make ourselves the most efficient that we can be. So let's look at this in the principle of fitness. When it comes to building the body of a beast that you want to be, you won't be doing the same workouts that you did day 1 in day 5,000 or day 10,000 or even day 300 for that matter. So you have to introduce a variation of workouts and different types of workouts to your muscles in order to build them. And this principle goes for any single aspect that you want to go for, whether you're a bodybuilder and you're trying to switch over to being a power lifter. You want to change up the way you do your workouts because it'll make you more effective. It'll work out different muscles and they'll come back stronger. You don't want to continuously do the same thing, because if your body gets too adapted to it, if your mindset gets too adapted to the same thing, then there won't be any forward progress. You'll get to that stable plateau and you won't be able to move up another tier. And the biggest muscle groups that I get from both sides, male and female, when it comes to improvement, on the male side is always arms and calves. On the female side, it's always core and booty. So instead of doing like the normal conventional workouts, you know, standing calf raises or bicep curls, or just doing sit-ups or crunches or doing squats, switch it up. Try to do something unconventional, something that you haven't done before. Yeah, it may make you feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, but that's the beauty of it. That's where the progress comes from. Try doing something like rope winders or doing weighted lunges into a calf raise, or doing them lying down on a different cable machine. Try working out your core in a different way. Try going outside, doing medicine ball tosses, doing, you know, banded hip thrusters, things like that. Things that are going to get you out of that comfort zone, but ultimately make you stronger to the point where you feel more comfortable doing that and ultimately a lot more confident. And again, guys, we can apply this to everything. You want to be a better businessman? Try going out there doing cold calls, doing cold walk-ins. Talk to random people on the street. Have your product. Do things that you would not normally do. You want to be a better public speaker? Hell, talk to a couple people at work. Get them all together. Announce something. Go into a random store and talk to a group of people. Announce yourself. Make your presence known. Do something that's unconventional, because in the end, that uncomfort zone is going to be your progress zone, because complacency doesn't have forward progress for anyone. So guys, whatever it is you want to be successful in, make sure that you're consistent. Do it over and over again. Take those lessons and apply them to the next time. Do them with intensity, 100% to your failure, until you can literally say, I did it all and I couldn't do any more. And then switch it up. Have some variation. Do things that you wouldn't conventionally do that feel different for you, that take you out of that comfort zone. Because applying these things and having the Civ principle is where you are going to find your most success in constructing your beast. And your future self will thank you for it.